She was born in Italy to a poor family, a family that settled in a town called Nettuno. Nettuno is 40 miles directly south of Rome, the capital. Her father was a farmer, but he was so poor he didn't own any land with which to farm. And so to provide for his family, he hired himself out to a wealthy landowner. And the agreement that he came up with the landowner is that he would be given a certain number of fields to cultivate, for which he would be responsible for producing a certain quota of crops, which he would then turn over to the landowner. Whatever he could produce over and above that quota, he could keep for his own family's use. In addition, he and his family could live in an abandoned warehouse that the landowner had on the property. Maria's father worked very hard to eke out a living for his family on that land. And for 2 years, things went reasonably well. They were still very poor, but at least they had food. But then unfortunately a tragedy occurred. He was bit by a mosquito carrying the malaria parasite, and he died of malaria 10 days later. This left the family in a very difficult position because he left behind a wife and 6 children. And it was decided the only way the family could hope to survive would be for his wife to take over his place on the farm, and for Maria, at her young age, to take over her mother's place in the home, doing all the cooking, all the cleaning, and the raising of her 5 brothers and sisters. It would now be Maria's job to have the role of mom. Maria took to her new responsibilities with great diligence. She wanted nothing more than to alleviate the suffering that her mother was experiencing, trying to keep up with the demands of that farm. But around the same time, Maria's next-door neighbor, a big 20-year-old man named Alessandro Serenelli, started to take an impure liking towards Maria. And at first, he would say rude and crude things to her, things that were embarrassing and inappropriate, and that would cause her to run away. And the more she reacted, the more that he liked it. But he eventually revealed to her he wanted her to give up her virginity to him, and that he wasn't going to take no for an answer, and that if he needed to hurt her very badly to get what he wanted, then so much the better. Now Maria wanted nothing to do with Alessandro, but you see, she was in a very difficult position. She didn't have a father around to protect her, and her mother was at her wits' end trying to keep up with the demands of that farm.